Hey, what's up, everybody? There was a comment on my last video where somebody said, "Hey, do you plan on being honest about your relapses or something like that?" And at first I was like, "Well, what are you implying? You think I'm just this chronic relapser, or that I'm lying or something?" And I mean, it's not that I don't want to talk about it. It's just that I feel like that's more of a kind of soft white underbelly thing where I kind of give the big picture, and these are just kind of updates. I mean, I don't even post that much anymore, and so these are just little updates letting people know I'm all right, or if I need to elaborate on something. I felt more apathetic about it recently, but in all honesty, I just wanted to put it out there that I've been in recovery since about July 12th, so that's August, September, October, November. So it's about 4 months and a week. And so, yes, there have been relapses. There were a couple of short relapses with fentanyl, unfortunately, or heroin, and then there have been more here and there relapses of alcohol, and then a couple of short relapses with weed. Um, to start off with weed, I was like, I've never had a problem with weed, so I can handle it. At the first place, I was smoking here and there, a little bit got carried away and was being lazy and sleeping and eating, all day. And then I kind of, when I relapsed on fentanyl, I didn't really want to smoke weed anymore. And so then I was able to, not smoke weed for about a month, but then got back to it and smoked for a few days, and same thing, got lazy and tired. And so when I moved in with the girl that I mentioned, I lived with her for about a month. She had a THC vape, and so I smoked that here and there, but I haven't smoked weed in a couple weeks, but even that was just a little bit. So weed, even though it's my whole life, I've never felt like, ooh, it's a big issue or something, even when I was smoking all day every day in my 20s or late teens. But in retrospect, and now at this point in my life at 36 years old, I do realize that it is an issue in its own way. It might not be something malicious or terrible ruining my life, but it just makes me lazy and it makes me eat a lot. And so it's not something I feel like I need in my life. I feel like it's something that maybe in the future could happen occasionally, maybe with friends or something, but it's nothing that I'm concerned about or yearning for or anything like that. If anything, it helps me sleep, which, I could use some help with that right now, but I'm trying to be serious this time and work an honest program and not use anything. Stay completely sober because I don't want to get kicked out. So, yeah. Then alcohol. The first rehab, they did not care if I drank. They didn't say that out loud, but I drank here and there. I never got drunk. I just got buzzed. But they never said anything, and so I went from that to the next place where it was very, against the rules, completely abstinent, and so I got caught a couple of times drinking, and that was I got in trouble. So then after that, I went to the next place, the same thing, got caught a couple times, got in trouble, and I was realizing, okay, this is becoming an issue now. So because I'm getting in trouble at these places, I'm not supposed to, be drinking. And I never got drunk, though, was the thing. I was always getting buzzed because I wanted to prove to myself that I could just just get a buzz going. And it was nice. But then when I moved in with the girl, and then a couple days in, we'd been drinking, and she's like, I gotta admit I have a problem with alcohol. Then I was like, oh shit. And then we were drinking a lot some days. We'd go a few days without drinking, but then when we go back, we'd fucking go way too far. And I would get sometimes way too drunk and act belligerent, or she would get way too drunk and just be slurring and acting goofy. And, so coming out of that and going into this new place, same thing. I realize it's an issue and I cannot do it at all. It's not worth it. I don't want to get in trouble. So, and I hope, and this, like I said with the weed, I still see myself maybe occasionally here and there smoking, but with alcohol, I do not want to drink ever again. I cannot have one beer because I will drink too much and it will be an issue which could lead to drugs, which it has. And so, like I said, with the fentanyl, there was a couple of weeks where I was going off the deep end with the fake blues, the pressed pills, and you know, I know that's always going to be an issue. So here I am at the new place, trying to stay completely abstinent from all substances, completely sober, no lying, no bullshit. And so here I am. Fortunately, there's not been anything too crazy where I've, just gone overboard or left or was out on the streets running around and I don't care about my life. Nothing like that. Just the fentanyl, the first relapse, my roommate was selling it and using it, and then he was apparently doing PCP, so he was like groaning all night and it's doing this weird like growl, snore, groan thing all night. And so I knew I was gonna leave the place, and I was just, fuck it, man, I'm gonna fucking do fentanyl. And so it was stupid. There were times where I nodded off in the bathroom, staying in front of the toilet, landed on the toilet, had bruises all over my body. It was sick, it was pathetic, and it was disgusting, and I'm not proud of it. This is not a war story thing where I'm like, no. Very terrible, very stupid. I'm lucky I'm alive. Alcohol, same thing. Eventually got overboard, and it's embarrassing just the way I would act. And me and that girl, unfortunately, we broke up, and it was because of substances. We were both couldn't handle it. We're still friends. We do talk. I do. There's a possibility, I'd like to keep that possibility open that one day we could be together again, but we're just taking it slow as friends and feeling that out. And I hope, one day we can get to the point where we forgive each other, move forward, or mature, maybe even go to a therapist or something, but we'll see. That's all in the distant future for now, at least 3 months, I would say. So yeah. This new place, I've been here for, 4 days, and the first few days I was just kind of like, I don't know, I was just being lazy and get into it. I've been feeling a lot better the last 2 days, more energetic, talking to people more, and that's what a lot of people stress, is that you need to be social, you can't isolate, and that's my problem. I always get self-conscious, and isolate. So yeah, I'm in the garage right now. I'm not like in the house smoking. We're allowed to smoke in the garage because it doesn't go in the house. But yeah, I'm happy at the place I'm at now. We did an orientation today at like the headquarters, which this place is actually run by like an MMA fighter. And so he was an addict and got clean and started these places one by one, and now he owns like 6 or 7 or 8 houses throughout the Colorado area. And yeah, the staff, they're pretty good for the most part. The roommates are pretty good for the most part. The house is a little messy in a way. It's not too bad. The beds suck. The beds are very small and uncomfortable, which is a big negative, but I can get through it. I was a little skeptical the first couple days, but I've been being more positive. My roommate is a great person. I'd say everybody here is great in their own way. I don't think there's anybody here I dislike, which is great. But yeah, we just now I got to get a job. I got to start looking for a job and start saving money. I have a lot of debt that I have to pay off, which I'm not looking forward to, but I also don't want to get to a point where I got people looking for me or whatever. I already have to ignore calls. I might change my number because I get too many calls, and I'm supposed to be answering stuff from like Medicaid and food stamps and the office, and well, I can't answer just any call. And so I asked the people, please leave a voicemail so I can call you back, but not everybody listens. So, yep, that's my life now. I'm not worried about dating anybody. There's not going to be any girls in my life in terms of that. Like I said, I have, I'm lucky that I think we're both lucky that we managed to be friends, because the first couple of days were a little rough, and we were being mean to each other and saying some nasty shit, but we knew we didn't mean it. We were just frustrated, and so now it's time to be mature adults, move on, and she realizes she has a problem with alcohol, and she wants to get help, and so yeah, we'll see what the future holds. But for now, like I said, it's time to get a job and stay sober. So yep, there's the whole truth, which one person had asked. So there you go. Have a good night.